Hello, Cancers, and welcome to this, your August 2024 reading and predictions. Let's dive right in and see what's going on. I know that July has been an absolutely crazy, crazy month for many of the zodiac signs. So I would love to hear how it's going for you. Please put a comment down below and let's dive right in. So today, the first thing that we're going to pull cards on for you is where you are at now, here at the end of July, moving into August. Apparently, the cards have a lot that they want to say, so whoa. We are also going to take a look at what you don't see coming in your unexpected. We're going to take a look at your difficult influences and challenges. We're going to take a look at what you're focusing on. What are you working towards manifesting? What is consuming your thoughts? Okay. Now, in the first category, Cancer. If this is how much you have going on as we're moving out of July and into August, yeah, it looks like maybe the Cancers had a crazy July. So let's mix these up a little bit. There's one card out. Is there anything else? Yeah, there's a couple more. This card wants to come out. There we go. And is there anything else? Let's go through one more time. Ready? Last time. That's it. Let's see what's going on, Cancer. All right. Interesting. We have the Seven of Cups and the Nine of Cups, both from the suit of water. Water, of course, represents our emotions. It's about going with the flow. Now, it does look like you have a decision that needs to be made with the Seven of Cups, and it looks like you have a lot of choices and alternatives and opportunities being presented to you. And the best way for you to be able to make that decision is to move into the energy of the Nine of Cups. The energy of the Nine of Cups is feeling as though you've arrived, feeling as though you are in a good place. So let's take a quick look at each of these cards individually. The Seven of Cups, you will notice here that the character is standing at the counter of a store or a shop, and they are being presented with all of these options. The storekeeper is saying, "What would you like to buy?" And there is a sense of overwhelm. Oh my goodness, what do I pick? Now, Cancer, with all cards, with all of the tarot cards, there's sort of what may be perceived as a positive interpretation and something that may be perceived as a negative interpretation of each of the tarot cards. The Seven of Cups, the positive interpretation is that many opportunities and choices are being presented to you at this time. The problem with this card, the downside of this card, is that when we have too many choices, when we have too many opportunities, we can sometimes allow ourselves to slide into fantasy land. Oh my goodness, maybe I should choose something that's just a little bit out of reach. So watch for that as you move out of July and into August, that many opportunities may be presenting themselves to you at this time. And you want to make sure that you're making your decisions from a very grounded place, which moves us into the energy of the Nine of Cups. You'll notice the character on the Nine of Cups is sitting in a meditative pose. Their eyes are closed, their cups are lined up behind them, and they are content. They are grounded and they are in a good place, especially with regards to being able to make a decision. So, moving out of July into August, Cancer, you've got a decision to make. What is your decision about, Cancer? For some of you, the decision is about either way, it's an emotional decision. It's a decision that is pulling on your heartstrings, Cancer. But for some of you specifically, this is a decision that needs to be made about a relationship that you are currently involved in or that you are thinking about entering into. potentially getting more serious in a particular relationship. I do want to say for some of you, I'm picking up this is about a friendship that you have with someone. And you're thinking about taking that friendship to a deeper level. Now, I'm not talking romance here. I'm not talking about a romantic connection. I'm talking about, okay, this person has been a friend for a while. We're putting that in quotations, but to a certain degree, as is kind of a Cancerian thing to do, you've kind of been holding someone at arm's length where you've let them into your life a little bit, Cancer, but you haven't fully opened up to them yet. And you're still on the fence as to whether you are going to fully embrace them or not, whether that person is going to become a full confidant for you. And I get the sense that that's one of the decisions that many of the cancers need to make. Now, for a small portion of you, this is about a romantic relationship that you need to make a decision about the direction that your romantic relationship is going to take. Are you going to take it to the next level? But for some of you, I'm sensing this is more about a friendship and how the decision that you need to make is how deeply are you going to allow someone into your life or into your inner circle, Cancer. For some of you, the decision that you need to make, again, it's an emotional decision. It's pulling on your heartstrings. But again, for some of you, the decision that you need to make is about your housing situation, about where you currently live. I'm sensing a move maybe on the horizon for some of you as well, moving into August. So be on the lookout for that. Let's dive into what you are focusing on, where you are putting your attentions. We know that where we put our attentions and what we think about, we work towards manifesting. We've got quite a number of cards flying out of this deck again. So this one also flipped over. All right, now, if you are focusing upon all of the cards that came out, you're going to be feeling rather overwhelmed. So let's take all of these cards and let's do the same thing that we did with the last batch of cards. We're going to mix them up. And for the decks, for the creators, for the spirits that help with this reading, please provide us with 2 or maybe 3 cards that Cancer is focusing on manifesting in the month of August. And we have exactly that. 3 cards. All right, so we're going to start off with the 2 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles. Pentacles and 2s. Decisions. Remember what I said over here? 7 of Cups is about making decisions with plenty of opportunities presenting themselves. The 2 of Pentacles is more about needing to make a decision. Do I go this way or do I go that way? When the 2s appear, it is about making a decision, but it's usually about 2 choices. Whereas the 7 of Cups is more about a lot of choices and opportunities. So again, we are reiterating that there is a decision that you're going to need to make in the month of August. This is one of the things you're focusing on. Now, Pentacles is ruled by the element of earth, and therefore this is about earthly things like our housing situation, our careers, and money. So it does look like the prediction I made just a moment ago is that most of you are going to be making decisions about friendships, and some of you will be making decisions about money and where you're currently living. I am picking up, Cancer, that for some of you, you're considering a move. That there's just this. For some of you, I'm just trying to get percentages here. Wow, that's a big percentage. Okay. What I'm picking up is that for about 1/3 of the cancers out there, you are considering a move, but considering a move to within the same geographical location. So, for example, perhaps just moving across town, moving to another location within the same city or town. not moving a great distance away. However, I'm picking up that for up to 2/3 of the cancers out there, you are looking at either travel a great distance or an actual move a great distance. Moving perhaps across to a different state or to a different province or to a different geographical location altogether. I am picking up that for some of you, this is just about travel, but travel with a view to a potential move, not just a vacation. I think that some of you cancers have planned your summer vacations. If you're in Canada and the US, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere and you're currently on your summer vacations, I'm sensing that some of you have specifically planned your summer vacations to a destination that you may consider as a potential candidate for a move. Take that how it resonates. Do you have the ability to be able to manifest exactly what you want, Cancer? This card says that you do. This is the Magician. This is the number 2 card from the Major Arcana. Let me get my fingers out of the way. Sorry, it's the number 1 card. Number 2 would be the High Priestess, but this is the number 1 card from the Major Arcana of the Tarot. And this card reminds us that we are magical beings. It reminds us that we are spirits having a human experience on this earthly plane. It reminds us that we are so much more than the skin and bones that we have been led to believe. We are so much more than the 3D that we have been led to believe that that's all that we are. This card reminds us that we are energy. And as such, being energy, we have the ability to manipulate energy, and everything around us is energy. That is a pretty powerful revelation. And so this card is saying that no matter where you are, no matter what you are doing, Cancer, you are way more powerful than you think you are, and you have the ability to manifest what you want. I've got the saying, I don't know why it's coming up right now, the saying from Gandhi that is, be the change you want to see in this world. That you get the idea. I may have paraphrased it slightly, but um, I'm getting the sense that in order for you to be able to manifest what you really want, there are some changes that you're going to have to make, including changes to the way that you perceive the world, Cancer. And that's going to move you further and deeper into the energy of the Magician. And finally, you have the Queen of Wands coming out, Cancer. And the Queen of Wands is a card of manifestation as well. The suit of wands is ruled by the element of fire. The element of fire is about action. If somebody lights a fire under your butt, you're probably going to want to move. So, Cancer, this is a card of take action. Make your decision. You've got 2 cards here about decision making. So make your decision, Cancer. Truly believe that you have the ability to manifest the outcome that you can envision with your making your decision. And then begin to take action. Because when we're working with the law of attraction, it is not just about sitting there and going, oh, I'm going to manifest a new car. Oh, I'm going to manifest a new house, a new housing situation, a new home, whatever the situation is. Okay. It is not just about that. The next step is to actually take action, Cancer. And that's what this Queen of Wands is bringing in for you in the month of August. Is if you want to manifest a new job, that's great. Envision yourself doing that new job, but then get your resume dusted off and get it out to some of the companies that may have that new job for you. Do you see what I'm saying? The Queen of Wands is about dusting off the resume. The same goes for if you are scouting a new house. You can't just envision in your mind that new house without actually physically lighting a fire underneath your behind and getting out and scouting. Okay. Let's take a look at what may be getting in your way, what your challenges and difficult influences are for the month of August. Challenges and difficult influences for Cancer for August. Anything else? Oop. All right, when I drop this, let's see what happens. Yep, we've got 2 more cards that have come out. See how these are not falling back into the deck? Let's grab those out. So the first card that jumped out for you is playfulness. Yes. If you are not integrating playfulness into your life, Cancer, guess what happens? This guy, the magician, he doesn't like to play unless there's playfulness. So this is in your difficult influences, indicating that you may not be feeling very playful during the month of August, but if you can turn that around, the more that you actually integrate playfulness into your life, the easier it is to manifest, the easier it is to move into this energy as well, the energy of the Queen of Wands. You have the transformation card coming up in your difficult influences. The transformation card corresponds to the number 13 card, which is the death and rebirth card from the traditional tarot or from the Rider-Waite tarot. This is a card of something needs to be let go of. You need to leave something in the past in order to be able to move forward. In order to move into the energy of the magician, in order to be able to make the choices and decisions that are coming up for you, Cancer, there's something that you need to transform from your past. An old belief system needs to be released. Okay, so normally if I was doing an individual reading for a one-on-one with one of you Cancers out there, I would be more likely to be able to tap in and narrow down exactly what it is that you need to transform and what you need to let go of. However, being that this is a general reading for all of the Cancers out there, it's a little bit more difficult to narrow down and zero in upon what area of your life you need to transform or change. What belief system do you need to let go of? So, if you are interested in diving deeper into any of the aspects of this or just having a private consultation, I'll leave my details down below. I am available for private readings as well as counseling sessions, but I'm not picking up something with this card specific for the Cancers for the purposes of this reading. Just know that for your own individual situation, and I'm willing to bet that if you're watching this, Cancer, you're probably already a rather intuitive person. You already know what it is that you need to let go of. And when you do, you're going to be able to move forward. Also, in your difficult influences, you have both the 3 and the 4 of Pentacles. Okay. The 3 of Pentacles, let's start there. The 3 of Pentacles is about guidance. It's about divine guidance. It's about finding what you are passionate about and then following your passion. Cancer. Hmm. Recently I did a timeless money reading for Cancers, a timeless finances reading for you. And I know that this card came out for you as well. This card is coming up in your difficult influences for the month of August, Cancer. Find what you are passionate about and follow your passions, right? And really, this card has a similar meaning. If you're looking to become the magician in your life, the creator in your life, the person that has the ability to be able to manifest what you want in your life, then you need to have passion behind what you are choosing to do. And this card has a similar meaning, but is showing up in your difficult influences, indicating that there's still a little bit of work that needs to be done for you to truly dive in and dig into what you're passionate about. And you have the Four of Pentacles coming out in your difficult influences. The Four of Pentacles is about not really having a balanced budget. It's about exploring your relationship with the material world. It's about exploring your relationship with wants versus needs. So, this card in your difficult influences is telling me, Cancer, that during the month of August, be careful that you are not spending part of your budget, which may be stretched thin right now, especially with inflation being what it is, that you may be spending some of your budget on wants, not needs. And that is probably not the best path to walk down during the month of August. Now, here we go. Disclaimer. I am not a certified financial advisor. I am not legally allowed to give you formal financial advice. What I can give you is what I just gave you, which is common sense advice when it comes to your money, Cancer. And common sense advice is get very, very clear on wants versus needs in the month of August and spend wisely. Let's move into messages from the universe for Cancer for August. I'm still super excited that you guys have the Magician and the Queen of Wands coming up in August. It's indicating that there is a change and a shift happening, but in order for that change or that shift to happen, we're going to pull that card out as well. In order for that change or that shift to happen, I'm getting the sense that probably in your difficult influences, this card is the most important card. There's a number of reasons why I'm saying that. First of all, this is part of the major arcana, so it does have a louder, more boisterous voice than the minor arcana cards. But also, I just sense like when you all of a sudden realize, Cancer, that there's a belief system that has been holding you back, when you work on that belief system, there's going to be huge changes that are going to be leaps and bounds for you. All right. Messages from the universe. Kindness counts. Absolutely. Don't be mean. Have an attitude of gratitude. Yeah, when we're looking at manifesting and changing, and, especially when we're looking at Miss Miss Miser over here and wants versus needs, material things versus needs. Um, have an attitude of gratitude. I can tell you from experience, Cancer, that having an attitude of gratitude actually helps us to manifest more abundance into our lives. And I'm not just talking financial abundance, I'm talking friends, deeper connections, deeper relationships. So be grateful every day. Choose love over fear. Yeah, I'd say that one's pretty important. And be of service is another message. When we are of service to our greater community, there is more of an opportunity presented with this Magician and this Queen of Wands. Don't forget, the Queen of Wands is about taking action. Being of service is also about taking some action. Okay, where are we going for your unexpected? Cancer, unexpected. Yes, I was expecting that card to come out. That one or the Six of Swords. The Eight of Cups has come out, but I was expecting to see either the Six of Swords or the Eight of Cups. They both have a similar meaning about needing to walk away from something. Yes, 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 yes. And you've got a couple more major arcanas coming out here, Cancer. So You have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is about walking away from an emotional situation. Oh, interesting. Let's go back to the very beginning of your reading here. You had the Seven of Cups and the Nine of Cups. And now you have the card that goes in between the Seven of Cups and the Nine of Cups. You have the Eight of Cups coming out. Seven of Cups is about needing to make a decision, just as a reminder, that may be presenting a lot of opportunities to you. In order for you to be able to move into this Nine of Cups and this place of quiet contemplation and satisfaction, there's something you need to walk away from. Do we already have another card in your reading saying that you need to walk away from something? Yeah, we do. This one, the transformation card coming up in your difficult influences and challenges. And now you have your confirmation in your unexpected. There's something you need to walk away from. And I've been saying that it is likely a belief system that you need to walk away from. There's your confirmation that it's a belief system. In your unexpected, you have the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is about looking at our belief systems, looking at the institutions that put those belief systems on us. Let's just go over the Hierophant very quickly here, Cancer. So the Hierophant is about looking in the institutions in our life. The very first institution that we come into contact with when we are born, of course, is our family. And then we are introduced to our greater family. We're introduced into the society and the culture that we're born into. A lot of us are then introduced into the dominant religion in our specific culture that our family belongs to. You see how it kind of builds, and there's a hierarchy here. And then eventually we are introduced into the educational system. And for some people, the educational system also builds upon the religious institution that was from our culture, etc., etc. You get where that's going. Each one of these institutions, each of these hierarchical associations have beliefs. And those beliefs are downloaded onto this innocent baby. Some of those belief systems are adopted very deeply and ingrained, and others of those belief systems, as we get older, as we grow up, as we become young adults and move into later adulthood, we begin to look at some of those beliefs and say, wait a minute, I accepted that unconditionally as a child. It no longer resonates for me. I need to begin to change my belief systems. That is the Hierophant. And that is coming up in your unexpected Cancer during the month of August. Now, I can tell you from both personal experience as well as working as a counselor and a hypnotherapist for the last 20 years that Hierophant work is some of the most difficult work that we can do. It's some of the most difficult self-care that we can do because it does mean a transformation of self, but it also means that there is a transformation in the people that we call friends and family. Is it the most rewarding work that we can do as well? Absolutely. So Cancer, get ready. In August, you got Hierophant work to do. That's going to move you into the Chariot. Now, the Chariot is an interesting card because the Chariot is about needing to make a decision. And once that decision is made, then the end result comes racing towards you. Okay, so you'll notice here on the Chariot, there is I guess you'd call them sort of, I don't know, sphinxes. You have a black sphinx with white stripes, and you have a white sphinx with black stripes, indicating that there is a decision that needs to be made, Cancer. And once you make the decision, then these two sphinxes agree to get along and pull the chariot or pull the end result of your decision, race it into your life. So Shall we summarize before we pull your last cards? Let's summarize very quickly. In summary, you have some decisions to make, Cancer. And those decisions are going to require you to transform some of your belief systems and walk away from some belief systems that are no longer serving your highest good. That is going to move you ultimately into what you are focusing upon, the energy of the Magician and the Queen of Wands, so that you are able to manifest that which you desire. Once you have ultimately made some decisions and you have clarity using the Hierophant and the transformation card, once you have that clarity, things are going to begin to move very, very quickly for you. Let's pull your final cards, going over here for your final cards, Cancer. Oh my. Oh my. All right, we're going to have to collect these cards up because the fairies are being very naughty and just kicking out so many cards for you. I think that the reason they're kicking out so many cards for you is because you do have a lot of opportunities coming in right now, Cancer. So we're going to pull those out as well. Let me collect up all of these cards. Oh my goodness. Trying to get them all collected so that they're facing the same way. All right. Final general overall outcome for Cancer. 2 or 3 cards, please, fairies. 2 or 3 cards for the final general overall outcome for Cancer for the month of August. There's 1, 2. Anything else? 1, 2, 3. Okay. We still have quite a number of cards that have decided that they're going to come out for you, Cancer. So let's go through them. Okay. You have the Nine of Winter. This card corresponds to the Nine of Swords. This is a card of worrying in the middle of the night, the card of catastrophism, the card of worrying about worst case scenario. I know exactly where this card is coming from with regards to your reading, Cancer, and that is this Hierophant work and the transformation card. The realization that when you do the Hierophant work and you no longer are in alignment with the belief systems of, let's say, family, friends, culture, whatever the case may be, there's going to be a shift. Is it a bad thing? No, it's not a bad thing at all. Can it be a little bit uncomfortable for a period of time? Yeah, maybe. But it can also bring us into a place of worry. Worrying about the future. Oh, that person's not going to be my friend anymore. Who's going to be my friend? Well, it's about finding some new friends, finding new community. When we shift out of blindly following the pack. Balance. Yes, balance. So it does look like balance is coming into play by the end of August for you. It looks like a lot of this is going to settle down. You've had 3 cards in your reading, Cancer, about needing to make a decision. I really sense for you that once you have made the decision, and once you have let go of some old belief systems, you will experience a transformation. And that transformation is going to bring balance in for you. You have the Sun. This is the happiest card in the deck. There are 3 cards that are considered the 3 happiest cards in the tarot. In this order, there is the Sun, the Star, and the Ten of Cups. This card is number 1. This is the happily ever after card. So it does look like things are going to begin to fall into place for you by the end of August. I do feel like I had mentioned earlier that I was sensing that there may be a move for some of you. And I feel like even if the physical move hasn't yet happened at the end of August, I feel like sort of the ducks will be in a row. I'm seeing everything kind of lined up and planned out for you, Cancer. You have the Five of Spring. Now, the Five of Spring is a card of Um, Perhaps being a little bit challenged because of a decision that you've made. People saying, are you sure that's a good idea, Cancer? And you being able to say, yep, I got this. Say that with some confidence. And finally, you have the Empress. The Empress is a card of making a decision, coming up with a brand new idea, and birthing that idea out into the world. It is about being extremely creative, coming up with new ideas and putting them into place and getting them out there. This card works amazingly well with the Magician. So, yeah, that's your reading. I'm going to leave it off there. Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to doing your next reading for you in September. Please like and subscribe. It really does help to build the channel. Thanks so much.